Thomas now is back to the rhymes. It's like, wow, he's back to the rhymes. I'm in the blue street dropping dimes. Clark Kent, Daily Planet, Metropolis Times. I write these raps while I'm under the gun. I see you back to get you some. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Pure, raw, uncut rap. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind because back to the rhymes. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind because it's back to the rhymes. Okay, I made it. I was hoping for 10:30, but not too far off. Here, let's go to the menu. Number one, School Us album sales. Nothing on the horizon this week. That's not something I've been talking about as much since I'm not doing the Better Bread music promotion, but yeah, nothing to share on that for this week. Number two, country song. I don't like sunsets much. I don't have anything to talk to you about on that, except that I heard a Keith Urban song that I guess is maybe 12 years old. I think it's called like Long Hot Summer, but instantly liked it. And I know he's got that song with Carrie Underwood, and he's got another song I think is pretty new. I had to go back and look, but it was fairly recent. I like. So I want to shout out to him, and I think I could probably like more of the songs if I knew more of them, because I don't know, he's doing something good there. Okay, but anyway, nothing that I could share in terms of my own production. All right, so the YouTube channel. Got some stuff to talk about with that. So I've got, when it comes to all this, let's just go over the content. I gotta say, so doing well in terms of viewership. This past week was a good week, as good as any maybe in terms of viewing, like hours or minutes or whatever. So that's good. My short did well. That's good. Instagram bombed right out the gate. This one here, we'll see. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. It's really up and hard to say. I've been tracking the Instagrams and breaking it out, and I thought, well, maybe I'll do a cumulative for all, because TikTok went crazy. It was about close to my records, like 1,700 something. So that's good. But the thing with TikTok, and I think it probably even happened on the last one, it should happen this time, is it glitches. So if you want to watch it on TikTok, that's not a rhyme. What is that? And then you'll see the audio stop and my mouth moving. That's normal for TikTok. So they're just either a lot more people that use it, or they're a lot less picky or something, because it does well and I don't, or it does in terms of the technology a lot of times, most of the time I'd say. So yeah, that's kind of the update on the Reels, shorts, and all that. Content. So talked to Will, and I was wondering about 4th of July, because I'm going to do my 4th of July. So he's going to be busy, because I thought, oh man, maybe I'll go over to his place. So no, that's not happening. I did get some fireworks from my man Phil. I think I talked to him about that. Maybe I didn't, but so we'll have some effects. That's my hope. Maybe just sparklers, but something. Don't want to endanger anybody here. I wish I could have recorded this video out on my balcony with a cool low cloud floating by. It would have been in the background. That would have had to have been like an hour and a half ago. I was hoping I could have got it. That would have been so cool. Have a show with some nice low clouds floating behind me. I would definitely have done it. I just couldn't get it done. So I was at the synagogue yesterday, Restoration, and met some good people. Met a fellow named Jack. He shared with me that he wants to maybe publish a book or story of some kind. I said, well, you could talk about it on my YouTube channel. I never thought of that. Yeah, let's talk about it. He lives over there at Krista, King's Garden. I don't know if they call it King's Garden, but up there, Krista, I think they call it Krista, the senior housing up on that campus there. So that I want to do and will do. And then for Will, and see with I could do that with anybody because I met another fellow. His name is John, very good. And Will said, "Wow, he really knows this stuff. I can learn a lot from him." Well, cool. Will wants to do a show. I think we might shoot for Juneteenth. That's the day off for me. Yeah, it's not for him though. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. I'll probably be on a Saturday. I'm too busy this Saturday. I have this Saturday off. It might have to be a full 5 weeks from now. Ooh, it might get a little tricky because I've shared it 30 times, so I got another couple months to do something. Yeah, we definitely want to get this rolling out before the election, what we're going to talk about. I almost wonder if it'd be better to have something else and then have that, because that would be right around the election to start sharing it, but probably need to have it before. Doesn't matter, but it would be good. So anyhow, but that Saving Rabbi Yeshua is at 40 views with me sharing it about 31 times so far. It wasn't getting a lot of long views, but I think I found some more people that were more interested. So that was starting to go up from, say, a little under 2 minutes up to under 3 minutes. So that's good. And it's always good if I can share it at church. And I shared it with someone at the synagogue yesterday, which perfect. The exact sweet spot for that, If I could share it with everybody there yesterday, that'd been great. Again, and some people know more than Will, of course, which is great too. That's what he wants. He wants to get around people he can learn from. I think a lot of us do, right? So anyhow, that's the update on the YouTube. So I will say that we're going to have some content coming up. 4th of July, which I don't necessarily plan on sharing it unless it was really great, but I would share Will's new one. And again, I'm saying to Will, maybe we could have John. John is a really energetic, very excited person, but he knows a lot too. So he'd probably be very interesting to have on. Maybe, I don't know if that'd mess up what Will has in mind, but I like that. I could do these things all the time with people who want to talk about whatever they're passionate about. Why not? Especially if they're willing to share it. Why not? I'll host it. All right. So next, rules of engagement. I don't have anything to talk about there that I can think of. Bellevue Ballers, working at that, having a little bits of excitement and success there. Music for Back to the Rhymes. Gotta get with Alex. Did I mention? So I have another song. So, and I can't forget. So I got my co-writers waiting to see can Mike Dynamic deliver a finish on this song here today, and then maybe next Sunday do the show at another venue and write a new song with some co-writers. So let's see if I can pull this off. But I'm getting lots of good feedback on that. Let's see if I can pull it. There's a lot of pressure, full verse. I don't know, but I did absorb. I did enough study. I think I could come up with some content to finish that verse. Because had I not done the study, I was at a loss for where to go. But I've got it. It's funny because I've been out of the loop on I don't listen to political talk radio like I used to, and so I've lost a little edge in terms of the dialogue, the verbiage, some of the stuff that just it doesn't change that much. But I just had lost touch, but I've regained it through just a short bit of research. So we're good. I'll be all right, and hopefully we can get through this. But. So I might call my man Noah to help me out and use some recording software to sample. I don't know if I mentioned this. So sample my old song I had. I'm going to sample one of my songs. That'll be my next song after this one coming. And I got the whole song ready to roll. It's going to be good. And that's going to be good. So let's just see if I can pull it off. And I'll have to talk to him. Because I can try to figure it out myself, or I can ask him to help me and get it done in like 1/10 to 1/100th of the time, which is my preference. Just like I was at O'Reilly's, man, and oh, I gotta fix the headlight. Oh, God, the headlight. Oh, no. And I get the headlight. Oh, if I need help, can you help? Yeah. And the guy fixed it. And I'm like, who works at O'Reilly's? Thank you. His name's Thomas, bro. Thank you so much. Anyhow, and my life went on. My headlight's working. All right. Merch, which I did use earlier. Huh? Where's my merch? Huh. Is it under my poster? Is it holding? Where's my merch? Oh my goodness. Oh, man, I'm losing my mind because I lose my paper towel for my snacks and I'm messing up my background. Shoot. Where's my merch? My merch. Where's my merch? There's my merch. Up on a perch. That's merch. If the guy wants to sell merch, he can't even find it. Okay. By the way, Tom recommended the hairspray. Mixed results. A mix of hairspray and the Piala. I have some fun, right? Yeah, it's a mixed result. He says it's the molds, man. It's not the mods, it's the molds. Okay, not the mods, the molds. I got you, man. I got you. It's the molds. But I couldn't apply the hairspray real heavy because it's raining outside. It would be good. So I did it outside, yes. Merch. No, nothing happening with the merch. Okay, Trump's gonna dump. So I did share that today. Oh, and then yes, you got convicted or whatever. It's funny, and so I guess he's raising more funds than ever. It's just like welcome to the Banana Republic, and that's what it is. It's a tactic that's used in less developed countries, and that's what we want to be. Apparently, it's never been done before. It's been pointed out that it could be probably done for every president up until before President Trump, and it hasn't. And for the what do they say, crimes and misdemeanors or whatever? They were using that phrase, you know, high crimes and misdemeanors. This is not a high crime and a misdemeanor or whatever, low crime, no. Anyway, so people are, and then that dude from Shark Tank's like, man, obviously the guy who's in there now is no businessman. He's messing up business in America. Nobody wants to do business with us. They can't count on. I mean, if you think the country you want to invest in is run like a banana republic, you don't invest. You don't bring your money here. Too risky. Yeah, that's the message. All right. So anyhow, Trump's gonna thump. Yeah, that's the plan. And we're just gonna work on it. But I talked to my man. Sebastian, my man at church. I hadn't seen him in a while, but I'm hoping, we had a discussion about worship songs, and so he could sing, vocalist, all that, play a little guitar. Let's just wait and see, but I'm very hopeful. I'm always hopeful. I think it could go very well. And we can do songs from now until till we leave this time on earth. I can do songs. So if anybody wants to do that, and sing them and whatnot. So that's what's up. And then I still haven't been able to talk to the music people at Restoration, but they got some good people there. It just hasn't come up. I don't want to force it, but then there's plenty to talk about. But that's something I want to explore. Okay. As far as current events, there's a few things I could talk about. I guess the one thing that been brought to my attention is this. I guess the Caitlin Clark, I think is her name. I even asked my daughter, you heard of her? Yeah, I remember Steph Curry did a 3-point shooting with her in the All-Star weekend. I'm like, oh, yeah, good job. I didn't remember that. Okay. She's shooting from deep, got lots of moxie, confidence, and there's some haters. And what it is, it seems like maybe refs are looking the other way, but it's the reverse. Normally, your star gets star calls. In this case, the star's getting no calls, and from the bench player, I don't know if these people that are just hammering. It's like a thug off the. You throw a thug in the game to go take out the star. Something like that, and then the refs just swallowing the whistle. It's unbelievable. So that's bad, because this person's a draw and a good role model, so it doesn't work. I was thinking, in Seattle we had a couple white number one picks back in the day in the WNBA, which was Sue Bird and Lauren Jackson. I don't remember it being that big a deal. Now, they weren't just crushing it the way this girl is, but it's not new to have a number one pick or a face of the league, or that's who you had. So what's the big deal all of a sudden? Is it a bigger deal now than it was, say, 10, 15 years ago? So that's one thing I thought about. I'm like, okay. But she's I guess ruthless, or just really confident. The same way, the way Steph Curry or whoever would shoot threes. That's just kind of the way basketball is now. At least the NBA, these guys shoot from way deep, Anyhow, so we'll see. I don't know if it's a huge issue for people, but it's just stupid. So, and who knows? And I just said, well, if they don't want her in America, she can go make probably bunches of money. She's making way more money than anybody else in that sport. And woman, good for her. And she could take that anywhere around the world. So there it is. All right, I'm going to get back to the rhymes, and I'm going to see if I can knock this out. Let's see if I can knock this out. Okay, so let's go with what I have. Which is my music over here. I'm just throwing this stuff everywhere. This is really respectful. All right, so take these off. All right, so we got 2 states, 2 deaths equals 2 deaths is the name of the song. And let's go. Can't negotiate with terrorists. You give them a resolution, ain't no cinch. A peaceful one, that is. What we have are 2 immovable forces. People giving advice from the high horses. Is compromising Israel's ability to defend prudent. If you think so, you ain't much of a student. Thinking you is on the right side of history. God said he'll win. Ain't no mystery. It's a mystery to me why more people can't see that inevitably that's the way things going to be. How can one negotiate for 2 states in good faith with the bad actor? You'll seal your fate. You just wait, not just for now, but for the hereafter. They're calling for death to Israel, death to America. Would be the next chapter, because to give in to these radicals who consider us Satan should be a factor. How can one negotiate for 2 states in good faith with a bad actor? You'll seal your fate. You just wait, not just for now, but for the hereafter. They're calling for death to Israel, death to America would be the next chapter. To give in to these radicals who consider us Satan should be a factor. How to best support our ally, our one true friend in that region of the world. So that's 1:20. So we'll get it. So I did a little study, and I'll just explain where I'm going to finish this. So I just want to see which conservatives aren't supporting these calls for more money going to Israel, and it's basically led by the Freedom Caucus. But what's not new, and this is right. Okay, this is something I would support, and I think people can support. You don't want to see us borrow money to pay these folks, but the money's already being borrowed and it's already been allocated. So Freedom Caucus, and a lot of the people that are not for it. This isn't what Democrats are saying. They just don't want to fund them, period. But they're saying, hey, cut out something else and do that. But these guys just keep raising the money, just borrowing more money, just borrowing, just no end in sight. I did read something where Rand Paul was like, hey, and I it's the Politico or somebody, so I haven't heard it exactly, but I think he's saying, he's not, I don't know if he's not endorsing Trump or something yet, maybe, but he just wants to get him to, because that's the thing that's frustrating is, yeah, he does spend the money. I mean, it is what it is, and who can grow a movement like it? So it's just like, yeah, it's tough. It's really hard to find any politician that's gonna like take a stand against this ridiculous. But you gotta, what are you gonna do? That's my thought. It's a movement. It's our only shot. And I guess hopefully we'll still have some money left. But I mean, again, it should be a conversation because it should be at least a conversation versus, you're not going to have a conversation if it's Biden in there. He should be able to hopefully have a conversation. But again, like Matt Gaetz or whatever, and he's definitely supported very much by, say, Roger Stone. Roger Stone is very close to President Trump, so there should be a path to have to say, hey, President Trump, what are we doing to slow the spending down? Maybe he's not going to listen, but it's not like, and Marjorie Taylor Greene's another name I see, big supporter, right? So how does that work? So we'll see. All right. But that's where I want to talk about. So how to best support our ally, our one true friend in the region, that region of the world. Certainly not by digging ourselves in an even deeper hole burdening our kids and grandkids. Let's see, I'm going to be with some youngsters next week, hopefully, if I finish it. I don't know if I think I'm finishing. Burdening our kids and grandkids best believe they'll take its toll. I should almost share that. Man, I forgot. Aaron, sorry, man. About the so focused on this and the hairspray. I was supposed to give the shout out to the. Let me see if I can show you this at least. At least I can get it up there because it. Actually, you know what? I'll remember next week. I hope, because it's going for a couple months. So it doesn't have to be. But anyway, I owe them a thumbnail. Burning our kids and grandkids, best believe they'll take its toll. I'll go with. I mean, it's self-explanatory. It doesn't require a full verse, but on the whole. Oh, I was going to share the cycle that was talked about at the service yesterday at the synagogue about, and I'm just going to go off memory, but it was something along the lines of oppression. I'm not going to say this in order necessarily, but there's a cycle of oppression, maybe repentance leads to God's favor, let's say, and being blessed and having a comfortable life, and then losing it and going back to oppression. So, there's different formulas for this, but we're heading down. We're on that kind of downward side of it where you get past the point of no return. But that's just the human nature. You look at these kings, it happen all the time. There's a few kings that did the right thing, but it got so bad and they would wake up. So that's the kings of Israel. On the whole, I could say the death toll now, what am I trying to say here? Because I'm saying death to Israel, death to America comes from lack of obedience for my poster. And I'm just going to kind of wrap that up for now. We're good. Anyhow, so on the whole, so lack of obedience, right? So there we go. That's where we're headed. Okay, so definitely that'll take its toll. On the whole, the death toll could easily be insurmountable. All right. So I've never used that word in a song, and that just means unovercomable, right? Insurmountable. Insurmountable is incapable of being surmounted. Insurpable. Yeah. Well, that's to surmount. That's a word I don't ever heard. I've never heard surmount used, but okay, let's look at surmount. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, I think that happens sometimes with words, right? You hear the antonym to the original, but you don't ever hear the original surmount. Surmount, to overcome, conquer, to ascend to the top of, climb, to overcome, right? So this is unovercomable, which I kind of explained. Could easily be insurmountable. So I guess a spiritual death leading to a physical death. Again, people say America won't be beat from without by people people chanting death to America. Nothing new on the international level, but when you hear about people within this country chanting that, that's the seeds of our own destruction. So it's either, why are you here? Well, you're here to take us out. because you're a you shouldn't be here. You're a traitor. You need to be where the people who were originally chanting that are, but we're allowing it, you know, and so it's terrible. Spiritual death leading to a physical death. What would be left? No need to guess. Next time, we'll get back to the rhymes. I guess I was pretty close, but I didn't quite get it.